Hello, good day everyone. This training session is connected with exercise number 5. So I offer you to open your exercise book at the appropriate pages, and we are starting to do together with instructor the exercise number 5. For this training session we also need the Kongsberg equipment manual connected with a mode which is known as DPI capability and motion prediction analysis. Some theoretical questions we will cover using for the answers the unique and original Kongsberg manual. So let's check the tasks in the exercise number 5 and let's perform line by line as usual with instructor. Consequences analysis, DPI capability and motion prediction analysis. This is the name for the exercise. The purpose. The purpose of this exercise is to get familiarized with the IMO requirement function, which is consequences analysis. The exercise will also cover the use of the function, which is known as the DPI capability and motion prediction. We need to perform some settings according to our training scenario. We have to start with the system in standby mode, and we have to ensure that no position reference systems are enabled. This is line number 1, which we are going to check. I take my panel and I check that we are on standby, no PRS enabled, and the take button is activated. Next step, line number 2. Select view and sub-menu. Reset display units. Click yes to reset the display units to metric units. Let's do that. This is already some common step, because before to start up the exercise we usually perform this step. We go to view. Here we try to find the reset display units and we reset them to metric 1. Line number 3. Set in the settings shown in the table below in accordance with the using the trainer procedure, which you will find in the operator manual. But that step is also common for us. If you did the previous exercises, to make setup of the training will not give you rough time. So let's do it together. We need to find the start position, wind speed, wind direction, sea current, sea direction, and draft as usual. So we are doing the line number 3. Here in the trainer we have the starting position, which should be 60, 00, and 4 times 0, then 0, 4, 59, 94, 0, 0. Wind speed 10 meters, direction 310, sea current 0.8, direction 300, draft 8.5. Let's press apply and let's press OK to ensure that all settings done and to close the window. Line number 4. Enable all propellers, rudders and thrusters except bow ASI and port ASI. So let's do it. Here we have port rudder, starboard rudder, port propeller, starboard propeller, except port azimuth and starboard azimuth, bow tunnel 1, bow tunnel 2, and bow azimuth. That was our task. Enter joystick mode by double pressing the joystick button. Enable also DGPS 1 by pressing on the GPS 1 button. Let's do that. We go in joystick with a double click and we try to enable GPS 1. Enter AutoPosition mode by double pressing the AutoPosition button. That's what line number 6 is saying. Let's perform it. We are transferring control into AutoPosition. Open alarm view, line number 7. We can do it here in AutoPosition and alarms. So we are in AutoPosition. Line number 7. Open the alarm view. Alarm view button is here. Select AutoPosition DP class and select class 2. Line number 8. It is here, AutoPosition. We have to select class number 2. Observe the info in alarm view. That is line number 9. Here in status bar we have next changes. DP consequences class is selected. And in alarm view we have the message azimuth bow mid high force. Now we have to wait till the time when the alarm consequences analysis drift of warning is triggered. This is the line number 11. Finally, the desired alarm has appeared and we can check What does it mean? You need to make a right click on top of the alarm, and you need to open the help, and then you can read the description of the alarm. The DP consequences analysis simulates a series of worst-case single failures and their effect on the operation, and drift of warning indicate that in the event of a worst-case single failure, the vessel will not longer be able to maintain its position. The DP consequences analysis is run every minute, as long as the DP mode is in AutoPosition mode and DP class 2 or higher is selected by the operator. Additional information indicates the critical quantity in the event of a failure thrust or power and the equipment. And the task is connected with the bus or buses, thruster or thrusters, generator or generators that was considered lost or failed in the analysis. If you remember, we intentionally deselected two azimuths before to start up the exercise. Possible consequences: drift off if the given single failure occurs. Corrective actions: check the bus configuration, enable more thrusters, start more generators, or rearrange bus configuration. This is the main idea of that failure or of that function. This is the main idea of this alarm. And when operator receives it, it might understand that in case if you stay on the same position and if you lose bus, thruster or critically loaded generator, then you will not be able to keep position on the same heading under the same environments. So we have to open again the help to be able to answer for the line number 12 of our exercise. What's the additional information in the alarm view regarding the above mentioned alarm? Additional information indicates the critical quantity in the event of the failure, thrust or power, and the equipment. I try to copy this information and I try to edit in my exercise book. And as usual, do not forget to save all your achievements. Line number 13. Select the AutoPosition menu and submenu DP capability settings. So let's close the previous stuff. AutoPosition, DP capability settings. Observe the simulation possible indicator on the main page and wait until the indicator turns from yellow to green. We have it in green, simulation possible. With the main page still selected, enter the present, never anything else, weather conditions as accurately as possible. So let's do that. Main page, we have 2 meters height, period 14 seconds, direction 310, sea current 0.5 and direction true 340. Line number 16 requires from us to click the apply button to start the DP capability analysis. Let's do that. We press apply. Then line number 17 requires to make a right click in the working area to display the shortcut menu, and we have to select the capability in this menu or capability. Right click, capability. Wait for the simulation to finish. The result may look like the view shown below. We have some diagram here, and our diagram is like that because we have azimuths deselected from the process of calculation. And here there is a question: what do the values under the vessel heading mean? The question is about those values. Those values say us that at the heading 010, in example, or at the heading 00.3, the maximum what we can resist in present system configuration is 26.2 meters per second. And we have to make the answer. I offer you to find the right answer for the question in the Kongsberg original manual. And from here you can take the answer like that. By examining the column for vessel's heading, you will see the numerical values for limiting wind speed at the present heading, and here is indicated for the two capability envelopes. So I take this phrase to answer for the question, and that will be enough for that exercise. Line number 19. Right-click in the working area to display the shortcut menu. Select motion prediction on this menu. The result may look like the view shown below. So let's check. Motion prediction. Actually, it shows in case of worst single failure in how many minutes the vessel will drift on for how many meters. And afterwards, single failure in case if one bus or bus number 1 fails, the vessel will drift per 10 minutes in 55 seconds, for 20 meters in 1 minute 17 seconds, and per 30 meters in 1 minute 35 seconds. And in our exercise book, we have a question: what do the 3 values after worst single failure bus 2 mean, or in my case bus 1 mean? To answer the question of line number 20, I will use the next phrase. The analysis predicts that the vessel will use in our results 0.55 seconds to drift 10 meters and 1 minute 16 seconds to drift 20 meters and 1 minute 34 seconds to drift 30 meters after worst case failure when bus number 1 has lost. This is how I'm going to answer for the line number 20 question. The analysis predicts that the vessel will use 0.55 seconds to drift 10 meters and 1 minute and 16 seconds to drift 20 meters and 1 minute 34 seconds to drift 30 meters after worst case failure when bus 1 has lost. Line number 21. Change your heading to 310 when you are stabilized in your new heading. Observe the DP capability and motion prediction. Settings dialog box. Press apply when the light is green again. Let's do that. We need to change heading to 310 and we have to press apply. Let's open AutoPosition. We need DP capability settings and we have to press apply. As soon as simulation will be green, possible will be in green color. So let's wait. So we arrived to new heading 310 and as you see the wind is blowing directly our bow, and in that case our capability becomes better. We can resist 58 meters per second wind, even a little bit more, compared with previous about 26 meters per second. So it is almost doubled. And in worst single case failure, we can resist, according to prognosis, the wind 29.9 meters per second. And in our exercise book, I'm going to answer for question 22. The capability has become better, 54 meters per second compared 26 meters per second. And do not forget to save your exercise answers in PDF editable form. Let's check again in AutoPosition the DP capability settings. We have to wait till the time the green indicator will appear here in simulation possible. So we need to stay about 2.5 minutes in position. So now we see that in capability and motion prediction settings the simulation is possible and our capability is about 60 meters per second. But in my records I will write the new result, 60.4 meter per second, and my answer is like that for line number 22. The capability has become better and the value is 60.4 meter per second compared 26 meters per second, and that's enough. Line number 23 in our focus. Click on the EBL in the DP capability view and turn it around the compass rose slowly. Observe the changes in capability under the EBL heading section of the view. Let's do that. This is the last step of this exercise. So we are talking about this green EBL marker. When you try to move it with the left click of your mouse, then here in EBL heading column you have some changes. In other words, without maneuver you can find out the best heading for your vessel for present weather conditions, and that the best heading will be at the places where the diagram created by software reach the maximum and when the crossing of the wind circle with the diagram sketch is the widest. And in my case, on heading 125.3, the present system running, I received the capability about 38.4 meters per second. Then I try to move it on opposite side, and on heading 310 my capability is, you see, the maximum is much better. And if I would like to maneuver to heading for example 0, my capability will be reduced till 27.9 meters per second. So more details about motion prediction and capability prediction you can find in Kongsberg original manual, and of course you may practice with that mode a little bit more, compare with the exercise provided. This exercise is given only for familiarization purposes. Thanks for your attention and see you on the next exercise.